You're watching Capital Connection from the Illinois State Capitol.
Welcome back. This week, labor unions descended on the Capitol. Today, we have one of their leaders joining us. This is Mandi Jo Gania. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me, Cole.
So I wanted to talk to you because you led a new initiative for the labor unions to really just show the legislators, the people of Illinois, what the people who make up labor unions really look like. And if you could tell me just a little bit about this initiative, what the goal of your stop here in Springfield was.
Right, Cole, yes, thank you. So we're here today to talk to the legislators and also the general public and just show them that the face of the labor unions look a lot like us. There is a lot more women involved in our labor unions that are out here building our communities and keeping our communities safe.
I wonder, when you say that you want people to know what the labor unions look like, we hear all the time about negotiations with labor unions, not only with their jobs, with their industries, but also with the Capitol and what they're advocating for. And how often do you feel like the correct, appropriate negotiations are happening around certain issues because obviously what matters to workers, women on the job may differ from what a man needs on the job, or whatever the priorities may be a little bit different there. Do you feel like that is taken into account appropriately?
It hasn't always been, Cole. That hasn't always been. Before the labor unions, they were more of a male-dominated field, right? But we've been organizing women into this field for a long time. Myself, I've been a card carrying drywall finisher out of Local 157 in Peoria for the last 25 years. Very proud to say that I build these buildings. We work in these buildings. We paint these buildings, right? We're electricians in these buildings. The labor movement has a face. Unfortunately, we're not as high as we should be in our numbers. So when you see a job site today, it's very seldom do you really even see women on our job sites. But you can see today that there's a lot of women in our construction building trades right here in Illinois, and they're very proud to be doing this work.
What do you think gets left out or becomes missing when people don't recognize that whole facet of this industry?
Well, they don't also take into consideration the barriers that women face, right? For a single mother to be working in the construction trades, she works non-traditional hours, right? So having a daycare that's not open non-traditional hours, that's a barrier for her. Being able to have that daycare secured for her, if she may find herself laid off, she still has to make that payment to that child care facility. That's a barrier. Maternity leave, right? It's also a barrier. These kind of things were left out in negotiations prior because we just weren't at the table.
And now this week, you had a press conference. You're obviously speaking with me now about it. You have plenty of members showing up here at the Capitol. I wonder, was this sort of a flag planting, saying, hey, we're here now and we're going to continue to bug you about all of these issues going forward?
It was. It absolutely was. Representative Kipowit had asked us to bring this kind of excitement back to the people's house, and that's exactly what we did. We wanted to show the legislators and the community what we look like.
I wonder how you really got involved in this part of this sort of unionizing effort. You mentioned your history in the field, over 20 years now. Just how did you find yourself in this position where you're helping represent this large group?
It was quite a path, right? I started out as an apprentice. I went through the apprenticeship. I raised my 4 children on my own. Being able to be a single mother, to put your children through school and on into college, that's remarkable, and that's not something that all women are afforded the opportunity to do. It's been one of my life missions to show women that you can be what you can see. Just by being here today, we can show that not only are we working in these fields, but we're also labor leaders in these fields. So when I had the opportunity to become an organizer for my council and have the opportunity to organize events like this, I took it.
We've heard a lot over the past couple of years, state initiatives to try to grow interest in the trade fields. And I wonder if that you feel like women especially are a targeted audience enough for those kinds of initiatives. Do you feel like they're being made welcome enough to help fill out the ranks that we hear so much about being low?
Right. I'm sorry, Cole. What?
No, it's totally fine. We can I can ask that question again. I know it's loud in here. We've heard a lot over the past few years about the state starting initiatives to try to grow interest and grow participation in the trades fields, better training opportunities, things of that nature. Do you feel like all of that is being marketed appropriately beyond just the typical people, the stereotypical people might expect for these kinds of jobs? Do you feel like women especially are being targeted enough and being made aware of these opportunities?
I don't believe we are. I don't believe we are. We have pre-apprenticeship programs now that we're trying to target to get women in as well, but we're not doing a good enough job. That is one thing that I'd say the building trades has always struggled with. We are our own best kept secret. We just keep our head down, we just continue to keep doing our work, but we don't stop, right? We don't stop and celebrate the accomplishments that we do. So I think that we do not ever do a good enough job at marketing ourselves, and women make up 51% of the population, Cole. There's no reason why they shouldn't see themselves as construction workers.
So when you leave the Capitol and you go back and I wonder what is a successful day in Springfield for you when you think about the goals going into today? What does a good day in the Capitol look like for you?
This right here, Cole. This is a good day. This is a good day. We have over 90 registered participants coming here today. These are women from the top of the state of Illinois to the bottom of the state that are coming here today just to find out about these crafts. We have our signatory contractor partners here with their applications in their hand. They're ready to hire. These women, I can tell you right now that the painters in my union, they're making $40 an hour on the check with their benefits too. They work for those contractors. They're here today to show you that they can do this, and so can you.
So going forward, we only have a couple days left of the spring legislative this year, but going into next year, I wonder, is this we already know the sway that the larger umbrella unions have in this building, but I mean, is this, are you guys going to be back around? Are you all going to be back around advocating for these initiatives, for these issues consistently here?
Yes, we will, Cole. Yes, we will. I think this shows here that the tradeswomen in Illinois State are here, and we're proud to be here.
Mary Jo Gagnon, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That will do it for us on this week's episode of Capital Connection. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. For Capital Connection, I'm Cole Hankey.